Hi guys, MrRoflWaffles here. I've been posting gameplay, early gameplay that is, from the multiplayer maps of Call of Duty Black Ops 3's first map pack, Awakening, over the last few days. I've uploaded 2 of those videos so far, and one of them was covering Splash. The map is set in a water park, so all the obvious links to things like the Kraken and fun rides and things as well are all present for you to play around with. I posted my preview of the map a few hours ago, it's linked in the description if you want to check it out. One thing I didn't notice at the time of posting, but have since been shown by Davin Massey, sorry if I'm pronouncing your name wrong bro, but he spotted something that I'm going to show you in the map now that is pretty damn fascinating. First of all, though, we need to go back to the Eisendrache trailer and have a look at some of the stuff that is in the map. Obviously, I'm going to be posting early Eisendrache gameplay on Tuesday, so that's lovely, but for now we're just going to take a look at the trailer. There are 2 things that I want to point out. The first is, I guess, the logo of the map. It's basically the crest that is present within Eisendrache, within Griffin Castle, and it seems like it's going to feature quite heavily in the map itself, because we see it in the trailer very prominently shown here. So just take that in, get that image in your mind of that Iron Dragon crest. Next thing I want to show you is this, or rather these. You can see the stained glass windows on the church here have an interesting sort of pattern on them that is quite hard to make out, but at the time of first seeing this trailer, I said, doesn't that kind of look like a sort of weird squid-like thing holding a summoning key? Maybe? At the time, obviously, it was a massive reach, and I made it clear at the time that it was damn difficult to make out whatever the hell was on there, and so I could have been talking out of my butt. However, it was evidently worth remembering, and the reason for that is as follows. In my video showcasing the map Splash, I said that there were numerous references between the design and imagery of the map and stuff that we're more familiar with in Zombies, such as Shadows of Evil. Now, at the time, I didn't realize how much of a link there actually was. We're going to go into one of the buildings in the sort of central area of the map right now, and if I pause this on one particular frame, or a couple of frames, we'll show you a few shots, you'll notice something quite familiar. Did you see it? If not, I'll wind the gameplay back and we can take another look. And there it is. Right in plain sight, in a multiplayer map, is the crest for Griffin Castle. Now, some of you might just go, yeah, it's just a reused texture. You know, they just do that sort of thing all the time, so that's all it is. But if we go back a little further, not only do we have the crest multiple times, and we have the exact same stained glass window. Now, I think that there's a good chance this is supposed to be something we spot and go, holy moly, that's cool. Maybe there are more Easter eggs in the map, littered around the place for us to find. I personally think that there's a good chance that with all of the shared symbolism and imagery inside this map, and potentially in other maps as well, there's a good chance that Treyarch have dropped in some cool stuff for us to find. But can we read into this and say, you know what? Maybe there is deeper meaning here. For example, this is just a theory that you could argue for or against if you felt so inclined. You could say something along the lines of, we are most likely going to be getting a map set in the island of Pohnpei, not Pohnpei with an M, but Pohnpei with an N, at some point in the future. The reasons for this are starting to stack up. We have a boat that looks like it could be maybe an artist's sort of little sketch of a pirate ship on the Eisendrache poster. So that is there. On top of that, in the Shadows of Evil's secret note, we see the coordinates that point straight at Pohnpei. Other coordinates on that same scrap of paper also point towards the location of Dries, of the giant, and they also point to Griffin Castle. So we've got 2 instances of coordinates on that piece of paper pointing us towards future maps, or just Zombies maps. Maybe, just maybe, this third set of coordinates that points to Pohnpei means that we're going to be getting a map set in Pohnpei. And if so, how on earth are the characters going to get there? Are they going to go by boat? I'm personally assuming that we're going to see some kind of journey from Der Eisendrache to some other map, and then from that map, I'm assuming it's going to be near the ocean or near a port of some kind, they'll go on a grand voyage into the ocean, and maybe there'll be a storm or something, they'll become shipwrecked, it'll all be looking rather grim, and then they'll find themselves washed up on this island. Wouldn't that be a great way, A, to spawn into a map, but B, it would give us an explanation for how on earth they would get there without just randomly teleporting. It would also explain away the boat on that Der Eisendrache poster. It would also potentially set us up for maybe an Atlantis map or something. They could go from that island to Atlantis. That would be cool, something along those lines. There's loads of potential for that kind of story arc to play out, and I think it would be really rather fun. By the way, I'm giving away the Der Eisendrache poster right now, so if you want to win it, link in the description. The final reason I think this would be really cool is because it fits in so well with the Cthulhu mythos that Treyarch have begun to sort of seed into the story. This is something that hasn't really been too prominent in the past. We've had the Vril, but we certainly haven't had giant squid monsters in the sky. And now that that is beginning to slowly but surely make its way into the mode, I think that giving us a little hint like this in a multiplayer map saying, yeah, this is Splash, it's a map set in a location that is rife with things like the Kraken and giant squid, octopus monster things, and sea creatures of all shapes and sizes, I think it would be really cool if what Treyarch was doing here was saying, okay, we're going to give them a hint, we're going to give them a new zombies map. In the new zombies map, we'll eventually start making our way towards this future map, Pohnpei, and then who knows where Treyarch will take things from there. So like I said, that's just one theory that you could argue for or against. It's not necessarily going to happen by any means, but it's a theory. It's a fun look into the future at what we could potentially just maybe scrape from the fact that we've been given this cool little Easter egg on Splash. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. Is this just the reused texture that I said it might be at the beginning, or does it indeed have a deeper meaning? I personally love to just sit down and speculate a little bit because it's really enjoyable. Honestly, just looking forward to the future and thinking of all the crazy things that Treyarch could be doing really gets me hyped for what they actually end up releasing, and so I just think it's super fun. So I've been MrRoflWaffles, thank you so much for watching the video, smash the like button with your nose, or else you're a huge melon. Well, you're a melon anyway, but I've been MrRoflWaffles like I've said, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching, bye bye.